it's Keegan. Welcome back to my channel. A while ago I asked you guys on my Instagram, which if you're not following, you should be. I asked you guys what kind of videos you want to see from me, what kind of video requests you guys have, and you guys requested a video about how to get tan for the summertime. So that is exactly what I'm doing. Quickly, just like few statements I want to make. I know my hair looks super greasy. I swear it's clean. It just hates me and doesn't ever want to look not greasy. Sorry. Ugh. I know you're probably looking at me and being like, you're going to give us tips on how to be tan? You? Little pale girl? Yeah, so last summer I went from this to this. I got so unbelievably tan. It was kind of shocking to me because I have always been the palest person in the room, and the fact that I got so tan, I've never been that tan in my life, and I was kind of blown away. I came up with a ton of tips on how to get tan decently fast for the summertime. Also, another thing that I just want to say, I just really need to say this. The sun can be very damaging and it can cause things from premature wrinkles all the way to skin cancer. So I want you guys to just always proceed with caution and just kind of take a step back and being like, is this safe? Is this good for my body? Is this good for my skin? Is too much sun exposure not gonna be good for me? Just always proceed with caution, sunscreen, all that stuff. Let's just get started with my tips. My first tip is to lay outside to get a tan from the sun, which I feel like is kind of obvious. Duh. One of the best things that I have learned to maximize my tan in the shortest amount of time is to look at the UV rays. I don't really know what a UV ray is. Basically, the higher the UV ray, the more the sun is beaming down on you essentially, and it's going to make you tanner. The higher the UV ray, the more you'll get tan and the less amount of time you need to be outside. If the UV ray is really low, let's say it's a 4, you're just wasting your time being outside because you're not going to get tan. You're just laying out there for no reason. But if the UV ray is high, I kind of think that 7 to 8 is the lowest that I will personally go outside, because if it's lower than that, I'm okay, there's no point in this. UV rays are normally the highest during the middle of the day or the hottest time of the day. It just kind of depends. I just check mine randomly and be like, is this a good time to tan? A way that I like to check the UV rays is you can ask Siri first off. Second off, you can go to your weather app on your iPhone, and then if you scroll down, it'll tell you what the UV rays are right now. The higher the UV rays, the better chance you'll have of getting tan. This is a tip that I honestly feel so dumb for not realizing until really late in life, and it is to face the sun. I know that you guys are probably like, well, duh, but I'm stupid, and so I guess I didn't realize this, but normally when I was tanning, I would face the pool. I wouldn't really think, where is the sun? And the pool that I tan at, the sun is always the opposite side of the pool. So the pool's here, the sun's always back here, so I need to turn my chair or towel or whatever, whatever way I'm facing towards the sun, because if the sun's facing your back, it's not really doing anything. Also, the angle of your body has a really big deal to do with how tan you get. So I could never figure out why is my chest getting so tan but my legs and stomach are still really pale. It's because I lay on a lounge chair and I always angle my body up a little bit. So let's say that this is this is a this is the lounge chair. It's laying flat right now. I would always angle my upper body up a little bit when I'm laying on my back. Since I'm angling, I'm more facing the sun. Does this make any sense? Instead of laying flat, you're not directly looking at this. Does this make any sense? If you don't want your upper body to be as tan or anything like that, then lay flat. This sounds so weird and this may be really uncomfortable, but if you want your legs to be tan, the part of the lounge chair that goes up, kind of lay, have your head here and then have your legs go up. That sounds really weird, but it actually really works. And angle your body towards the sun. This is one of my biggest tips, and I'm not kidding. I will preach this to you guys forever, and it is to wear SPF. SPF, sunscreen, blah 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 blah. It will protect you from the sun and lessen your chance of skin cancer and premature wrinkles and all the things that the sun can damage you. A lot of people like to wear a lower SPF than a higher SPF because they think that the lower the SPF, the more they'll get tan, and the higher the SPF, the less they'll get tan. But to counteract this argument, I honestly think it's better to be safe than sorry, and even if you are wearing a higher SPF, you'll still get some tan. I think it's better to be pale than to risk the chance of getting skin cancer. That's just maybe a personal opinion, and I really hope that you guys agree with this. You should be applying your sunscreen regularly if you're outside for long periods of time. Also, another kind of sunscreen that I feel a lot of people skip over is chapstick sunscreen. There are chapsticks that have sunscreen in them, and I burn my lips really easily, so that is something to also keep in mind. The idea of tanning oils can make you get tanner faster, and coconut oil is a natural tanning oil. You can also buy tanning oils in the store. They have chemicals, whatever, it doesn't really matter, personal preference. There's also a ton of other more natural oils that can be counted as tanning oils. I've only personally used coconut oil. I haven't noticed a huge difference. I thought I'd throw it out there that if for your body tanning oils work really well, try coconut oil. It's a more natural and cheaper alternative. This is one of my best tips, and I freaking love this tip, and is you get the most tan by laying near water. So laying on a pool floaty in a pool, you get so tan. That's pretty much how I got tan over the summer. I don't really know the science behind it. I'm not very I don't know all that stuff. The idea behind it is that the water reflection goes up to the sun, something about making you tanner, but the water reflection does wonders. It's also very refreshing because you're laying in the pool, so like there's kind of like water on you, so it doesn't get very hot and you're not dying and sweating and feeling like you're gonna have a heat stroke because you're just like casually lounging in the pool on your pool floaty. So relaxing, and it gets you so tan so fast. Another thing is to flip sides, so like your front and your back. I do this in 30-minute intervals, so I will like lay on my front side for 30 minutes, and I always do my front side first because I hate my front side, so I'll do that first, and then I'll turn on my back for another 30 minutes just to make sure that you're tanned equally on both sides. The longer you stay out, the more tan you'll get, but again, reapply sunscreen and be cautious about the sun. Here are some tips on how I like to stay outside longer. The first one is I like to cover my face. I'll use a towel or a hat. I honestly feel like my face burns really easily, so I like to cover it. Also, like wrinkles in the future. I always cover my face because it makes me feel not as hot when my face is burning. I also like to wear sunglasses if I'm not covering my face. I can get sunglasses like tan lines, but honestly, I have them right now and I'm wearing makeup and you can't really tell. It keeps your under eye bright. You don't even need the under eye concealer, and it will fade eventually. The reason I wear sunglasses is because when you close your eyes and you're kind of like facing the sun, you can still see how bright it is even with your eyes closed, and that really annoys me. Another way that I stay out longer is being on a pool floaty. In the pool, obviously I've talked about this one before, but it helps you stay cool and I can stay out longer. And if you guys have a beach near you, I live in Arizona so I don't, but I like to tan on the beach whenever I go to California because there's lots of wind, so it feels a lot cooler. So after you lay out in the sun, you want to take care of your skin because sunburns can develop later. I don't know if any of you guys have ever experienced this, like you go to the pool or whatever tanning and you're like, I didn't get any color at all, and then 6 hours later you're like, oh my god, I look like a lobster, I'm so sunburned. Sunburns develop later on, so a good way of preventing this and to take care of it is to use aloe vera. Also, to moisturize your skin with lotion, and taking a cold shower really help. Whenever I do these videos, I always find my own advice, but then I also kind of research to kind of like back up whatever I think or to add things I never thought of. A couple of the online articles I read said that there are foods that make you tanner, and honestly, like I just feel like that's kind of stupid and I don't think that actually works. If you guys want to research it, maybe it'll work for you. I just feel like eating like a grapefruit, it's not gonna make you tan, but I mean, like whatever, maybe. If you want to go the alternative of laying outside and getting tan from the sun, you can try fake tan, self tanner, spray tan, whatever. If you guys remember one of my recent videos I did, it was for my sorority formal and I used a self tanner. A lot of you guys had questions about it, so this is my personal favorite. This is not sponsored at all. They've actually asked me to do sponsorships in the past and I was like, no, not really my brand to like do a self tanning routine. This is the Loving Tan Deluxe Mousse Bronzy. I don't think this is the one I actually used. I think my favorite's the 3-hour one. I don't think this one's it, but I've used this one a ton. There's like that much product left. I think one of the most important things when you're using a self tanner is to use a good mitt. This one is the Deluxe Applicator Mitt. Again, they have no idea that I'm filming this video at all. These are my favorite. Well, I guess this one's not. The 3-hour one is. Also, some just little tips that I've learned about self tanning throughout the years is to exfoliate your skin in the shower before you do it. It will get off any dead skin cells and everything like that, make your skin super soft. The self tanner won't hug on and cling to those like dead patches of your skin. Put lotion in areas that kind of bend, like your elbows, your knees, hands. This is a personal preference. I like to avoid my face. I will just make my makeup match my face. I find that self tanner breaks me out. It's really hard to do your face. Personal preference again, but I just like to avoid my face whenever I use self tanner. Daily tanning lotion, so Jergens is my absolute favorite. These will tan you gradually. I just like to put them on after I tan or after I shower, but make sure you wash your hands when you use these because it turned my hands orange and I was like, why are my hands orange? I'm literally tanning by the sun naturally and not using self tanner, and then I realized it was the Jergens Natural Glow that made my hands really orange, so no one believed me when I was telling them that it's like a natural tan plus like daily tanning lotion, but it really does help and I do notice a difference when I use it. Now, tanning beds, I've never used them, so I can't give you any personal advice or any recommendations to use them. I've heard that it's just as harmful as sun, but I don't know because I've never used them. Those are all my tips on how to get tan pretty fast for the summertime. If you guys have any advice to get tan or to protect yourself from the sun, leave them down below. I love you guys so much. If you're not following me on Instagram, you guys should. I really like to stalk you guys. I've been like going through all my followers and like spamming their photos with likes. It's kind of creepy, but I love doing it and I love DMing you guys. So if you're not following me on Instagram, do it because I'm really bored this summer and I want to talk to you guys and be your friend. I always feel like I sound creepy when I say that. I'm so sorry. If you guys aren't subscribed already, you should be. I have a ton of really exciting videos coming up. I love you and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!